Hey guys, it is Charles AlmightyWraith of Game Warriors Gaming for our calls, and this is Driving Force. Um, Sitting there looking through our Driving Force videos and realized, while I've done a couple of them, never really talked about my Driving Force. Um, so, as many of you know, I am the head of Game Warriors, the founder. Um, you know, it's obvious that this has been placed on my heart. You know, because otherwise there's no way I could have kept doing this as many years as I have. You know, God laid it upon my heart to help others and everything else, but I've never really, if you've been to our tournaments or you know me on a personal level, then yes, you know some of what my driving force is, why I do what I do, and that's kind of what this series is all about. Is for us to be able to talk to people in the board and people that have donated to us, people who are doing well in the community, for the community rather, that you know what drives them to do this. Now, with mine, and some of you may know that growing up, my childhood wasn't the greatest. I mean, by far, it wasn't the worst. But there was abuse. There was a lot of tragedy and different things that befell me and my siblings. Now, those things I carried on into adulthood, and I tried to make the world a better place. And in some of the ways, it was misguided. A lot of my earliest thoughts and stuff like that were to take vengeance upon those who had wronged me and my siblings and everything, that had hurt us, hurt them. And that's obviously not the right approach and everything. And then, you know, as many of you know from previous videos or hearing me speak, you know, we created Game Warriors as a way for friends to kill boredom and everything, and then it grew to what it is today, where we help others via tournaments and stuff like that, raise awareness and money. But the driving force behind me is still that essential wanting to uh, leave the world a better place than what I found it, and to give a voice to people that are going through or have been through similar situations that I have, and even more so. Um, and as we've done tournaments and stuff like that, and we found different causes, you know, the different ones that we pulled in that didn't really have a personal connection with us, but we felt like we should do. Some of them have become more of a personal note. One in particular is St. Jude's. This past year, we've done it, and for as long as I can remember, I've donated to St. Jude's, um, because of it's a wonderful organization. But this year it took a different meaning with my son having to go there and everything. But um, another one that's near and dear to me is the rain, which we haven't done in a couple years. But because of the type of abuse that me and my siblings went through, that's one that holds a special place in my heart. Um, so we've done Make a Wish because the wonderful stuff they've done, and then finding out that we have friends that had uh, wishes granted, and hearing their stories, these things like that, um, reiterate to me that I am on the right path. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Um, but my actual driving force. And sorry, I was looking away for a second. Um, and it relocated myself. This picture right here is the vast majority of my driving force. It's my wife, my 3 kids and my beautiful granddaughter. Um, Luckily, me and my wife have strived to make sure that they haven't had to deal with the life that we did, or the life that I did. Uh, you know, and as parents, as everybody's goal is uh, to give their children a better life than what they had. Um, and you can't shelter them from all of the hardships of life, unfortunately. But you can show them by example of how to react to those, and be there for them when they are going through it. Um, and hopefully, me and my wife have done a good enough job of that. Um, and I want my kids to be a better person than I was. Um, you know, I've made some changes. I've grown as a person, um, and everything, but uh, I still have room for improvement, and I hope my kids will strive to be better tomorrow than they were today, and keep that process going. Um, but each of them, are the reasons why that I do what I do to make the world a better place on a personal level. Um, as a matter of fact, the first charity tournament that we had was inspired by my oldest daughter doing wanting to help do a fundraiser for her church youth group. Um, One of the proud daddy moments that I had come from a tournament that Connor wanted us to do, where his thing was every penny counts, and you know, so that right there, I remind myself of those two things. When I'm having trouble wanting to move forward with Game Wars. I mean, we've been doing this for almost 10 years now, and it hasn't grown to the point where um, I would like it to be, but it is so much further than I thought it would ever be, if that makes any sense. Um, I'm humbled and just by the turnout and the words of encouragement that we get at our events and everything, and giving uh, people who normally do not have a voice, or normally get overlooked for doing charity work and stuff like that, seeing them turn out and have a good time and do this stuff. And you know yeah, they're those that participate in it, they're trying to win the prize, but they're also giving a back to the community. And that right there drives me to keep going. And like I said, um, it's about the kids of the future. They, you know when we're gone, it'll be their turn. When we retire, it's their turn. They are our future. They can help make this world a better place, to leave for their kids, and so on and so forth. Um, so, like I said, my driving force is my family, my kids, my wife, my friends, and their kids. You know, and all the wonderful people that I've met throughout the years that participate in these events. They drive me to keep doing what I'm doing because of how important it is to them, um, and seeing firsthand how some of the people have been benefiting from these organizations that we raise money for is just awe-inspiring and everything. So that's pretty much all I got, guys. And until next time, this is Charles AlmightyWraith saying stay awesome. Hey guys, this is Charles AlmightyWraith, and
Wrestling 58.
we hope y'all enjoyed our video and everything. Be sure to check us out on all of our other social media networks, such as YouTube,
Facebook,
Twitch,
Twitter,
Instagram,
and Patreon.
And also be sure to like and share the videos. And all right. Until next time, this is AlmightyWraith and
Race Life 58.
saying stay awesome.